Good morning. Welcome, world, all nations, all people, all tongue, America, North America, South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, Japan, and Russia. Welcome. Click the bell and subscribe. This morning, our topic will be sort, S-O-R-T. And when I look the word up in the dictionary, the definition is to put into a category things that are alike, having common features. I'll be reading to you from the King James Version of the Bible, starting with Daniel chapter 3, verse 29. Now, this is Daniel. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego has been put in the fiery furnace to be burned alive because they didn't bow down to the decrees of the laws of the king of the kingdom. Verse 29. Therefore, I make a decree that every people, nation, and language which speak anything amiss against the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut into pieces, and their houses shall be made a dunghill, because there is no other God that can deliver after this sort. Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in the province of Babylon. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego is a godly sort. And they prayed to their God, our God. And God delivered them out of the fiery furnace in the middle of flames. They did not burn or get scorched. But the people who put them in the fire, that was making the fire very hot, they died from all the heat. They died from all the heat. But godly sort, godly people, God came and rescued Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. They were godly sorts. In 2 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 11, Paul is speaking, it has sent a second letter to the Corinthians. He is telling the Corinthians to cleanse themselves from the filthiness of the flesh and spirit, which we too have to do daily. How can we do that? How can we cleanse ourselves from the filthiness of the flesh and spirit? Only with the help of the Holy Spirit, who guides us, instructs us, counsels us, and gives us the desires that the Holy Spirit wants us to have. And this is what Paul said to the Corinthians in this second letter, chapter 7, verse 11. For behold, this selfsame thing that ye sorrow after, a godly sort. So Paul is saying to them, you sorrow after a godly sort. You're looking at the way that the godly people are living, and you run from sin. Get away from the filthiness and chase after the cleanliness of God and the people that are living godly, because they're your example. What carefulness it wrought in you. Now, because they're chasing after the godly sort in human form, they're being more careful. They're being more careful because now they have an example of godly people living before them. Yea, what indignation, yea, what fear, yea, what vehement desire. They now had the desire of the Holy Spirit to chase after what is right, to get away from the filthiness of the flesh and the spirit. What zeal, yea, what revenge. In all things ye have approved yourselves to be clear in this matter. So they clean themselves up. because they had examples of Paul and his crew and others disciples and other people living the godly sort of life. So now they know that they too could live the godly sort of life. And we too can live the godly sort of life through the power of the Holy Spirit. Not by our own power, not by watching others. Yes, we learn from examples, but the only one that can change anything in us and in our lives is the Holy Spirit. Gives us the desire to chase God, to be the godly sort. The Holy Spirit gives us that desire to change the way we do things. 3 John 6 says, starting at verse 5, Beloved, thou doest faithfully whatsoever thou doest to the brethren and to strangers. We're an example to the strangers, to the sinners, which have borne witness of the charity before the church, whom if thou bring forward on their journey after a godly sort, thou shalt do well. So you can bring sinners on your journey with you. They're watching. They're seeing you. People that have known you for years and years, known us for years and years and years, and they've seen God moving in our lives, even through the passing of loved ones, even through all the many trials and tribulations that we have gone through. They've seen us stand in the power of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, and not be rocked or shaken, not be turned away, but be the godly sort that Jesus is asking us to be, expecting us to be. Thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day. God bless.